Alright, so here we are in round one with never played this deck before. So if you're looking for really great insight on how to play the deck, I'm probably not the person for it. But if it's a deck that you've been interested in and wanted to see how difficult it is to play, that type of thing, this is probably the video for you if you're just interested in the deck. This hand, I think, is too bad. The Sidisi's Faithful aren't good given the context of my hand. My mana base isn't great, and I don't think that you want Rally in your opener. So I'm going to mulligan this. This also isn't good. I would assume what I do is I fetch Forest. Or no, I would have to fetch... I probably need to fetch Stream Forest? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure really how this... We're going to bottom that. I'm not sure exactly how this mana base is supposed to work out. I don't want to go to 5. Maybe it's correct to go to 5 spot. The 2 rallies in hand is basically me mulliganing. But I can loot them away and then at a future date get them back with Jace. So I'm going to get pretty street. Some of this is guesstimation in terms of what I should actually be fetching for. But I want to be able to... I think it turned out fairly well. The issue here is I want to play Jace this turn so I can start fetching away my rallies. Do I want to get green or white? I think I'm going to get green because if I don't hit a land drop next turn through either looting with Jace or naturally drawing it, I want to be able to cast a Visionary to one deeper for that land because it's going to be crucial for me to hit land drops. And I'm playing against a deck that is not generally interactive game 1 in this Elf deck. Sometimes these 1v1 queues are not the best way to playtest, but you get other opponents who are playing decks, that are a little bit on the fringes, or they're just not familiar with them, which is the case here for me with this rally deck. Okay, so he's going to be able to go off next turn pretty easily. So there's a Canopy Vista. Is there really any value in bouncing something this turn? I don't really think that there is. I'm just going to loot now, though. If I'm able to play Reflector Mage, I probably will. So this allows me to fetch... So I have my double white for Rally. The Flooded Strand would allow me to fetch for black and blue. I think what I need is a Sunken Hollow. I don't think I can afford to fetch anything but Sunken Hollow with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fetch first. Oh, no, I won't. I don't think it's too big of a deal. I'm going to play Visionary, draw, and then I'm going to fetch for Sunken Hollow. My mana is going to be really awkward. It's worth noting. But that's fine with me. I think it's better for me to think about what the correct mana is than for me to have perfect mana in this first matchup. But I'm pretty sure that if I fetch for a color that allows me to play Reflector Mage there, like Plains, I think that given the fact that I have a Canopy Vista in my hand, I'm sabotaging myself. Finance Elite. So yeah, oh, never mind. For some reason I thought that was the 3/4 Elf Lord. So this isn't too bad yet. This is a deck that is likely to stall on the ground with me and can interact with my graveyard. So I'm not super afraid of this. If he attacks with anything, I'll just block with Eldritch Visionary. Maybe if it's just one, I won't. Since I'm going to be playing Haruspex next turn, maybe I won't if it's just one. Yeah, I think he's already thinking about that. He saw the rally, so he knows what deck I'm in. So yeah, let's get some hollow. Again, this isn't ideal in terms of our mana base. So the question is here, I can loot and flip Jace, but that's going to leave Jace pretty vulnerable. but it would force him to attack into my Grim Haruspex. The other consideration is if I play Canopy Vista Reflector Mage here, and then next turn I can play a Haruspex, sack my Elvish Visionary to bounce, the token or something like that. And then I have an 0-4, a 3-2, a 2-3 in play for when I flip my Jace. I think that's probably correct. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead, and for right now, I'm going to go ahead and bounce one of these stupid Gnarl Root Trappers, I think. And then I'm going to take beats for one more turn. If he comes to attack, I'm going to block and sack with Jace. I didn't bounce the token because I plan on doing that with Sidisi's Fable next ways. And I would rather shut him off the mana for a turn. Okay. So one of the scariest things from this deck is Shaman of the Pack. So I want to avoid that where possible. Again, I think this is probably the last turn that I just choose not to block outside of with Jace. So this just draws him elves, I believe. So let's see how many he draws off this. Foul Tongue Shriek. Okay. Not just Foul Tongue Shriek is terrifying against me. So I probably want to find some Cutthroats and stuff like that soon. I'm going to be able to start to get stuff into my deck for my first flashback rally. Whether or not it's going to be enough pressure, I'm not sure. Okay, so now I don't even need to flip the Jace. There's another Jace. Oh, I just realized I didn't play my Canopy Vista last turn. Herp a derp do. Oh, that's not the greatest. Totally forgot. This is a fantastic start. So we didn't get anything that's too scary yet. Maybe this turn I want him to attack in, so I'll flip my Jace, shut off the Sylvan Messenger. We know that he has one Gnarl Trapper in hand. I have a second Jace. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and... Am I going to want a 5th land at some point? Most likely, I'm just going to pick Jace, which I can get back with Rally anyways at some point. And then I'll turn off the Messenger. Shaman of the Pack, I think is opponent life loss. We'll see. But we're reaching a point where that is going to be pretty devastating if it comes out. It makes it difficult for him to attack. Again, I don't think we really have like the key pieces to this deck. We definitely want to find a Nantuko Husk relatively quickly here. What is the holdout settlement for? Is this deck like for some reason running Matter Reshapers? Okay, so he's going to attack with multiple. Oh, interesting. So maybe this is a Foul Tongue Shriek. Because he didn't leave an Gnarl Root Trapper back, there's 1 life for each attacking 6, going to 11. Is this 2 of them? What? Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. We're not dead though. So what we can do is block, 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 take 2, going to 3. Now we're most likely dead here. Alright, so draw 1. We're on pretty much 0 outs now. So Reflector Mage. So what can we do here? I can just do something like, yeah, so let's do this. I'm gonna sack DC States able to bounce a token. Yes. Let's draw a card. Another rally. I think what we really needed was collected company there. And then we'll just say blue, white, green. Token. So we're dead to Foul Tongue Shriek, and I think I should have gotten that. So I think we're dead to Foul Tongue Shriek, Shaman of the Pack, etc. This is almost certainly just Shaman of the Pack. He's seen enough cards that that's probably the case. Ooh, we tap 2 colorless. Arbor Trapper. Okay. Can we afford to go down to 2? I have no idea. We don't really have anything to flash back. Yeah, I don't think we can win this game. Zulaport Cutthroat. So I can Zulaport Cutthroat. And then maybe I can rally for 1 to gain some life at instant speed. So I want to tap green and black. I have 2 rallies in hand, so I may as well just plus on the Trampler. Yeah, and I'm going to have to rally for 1, get the Faithful back, sack it to itself. Yeah, we're definitely on the back foot. If this is just a Shaman of the Pack, I think I'll just concede, because I'll have to take 1. Yeah, I'll take 6. I can bounce 1, which doesn't do much. Oh yeah, this is black, green, green. That's likely. Ooh. Some more mana. Sylvan Messenger. So Foul Tongue Shriek, Beast Caller Savant. So he did not get there. I think I'll rally back the Sidisi's Faithful to bounce Lifespring Druid after this. Uh-oh. What is this? Lions Elite? Leaf Glider. Alright, let's see if he goes to attacks. I highly doubt it. So I have to remember, I'm just getting what? Black here? Yeah, I'm getting Swamp. I'm going to say rally for 1. Sack it to itself. Although I guess there's an argument for like sacking Reflector Mage. But I think I'm just going to sack it to itself. And start the engine on. Yeah, bounce. Okay. So now we have Eily, which to some extent turns my stuff on. It is a sacrifice enabler, but it's going to cost me a black to cast it. And then what? I can't get a white source. This is a little bit interesting. I guess that take the Sylvan Messenger. Do I just want to get the Eily in play? I can gain 3, 4, go to 7 if I play that in Haruspex. I think what I need to do is play Eily and just have as much mana available as possible. And then I pitch all 3 into my graveyard to survive, you know, whatever shenanigans take place. And then I can rally them all back and kill them all with Eily again. Well, does that take a full turn cycle? I feel like since Eily's cost mana, it's so much slower. These color savants. Let's see here. Missing land drops has certainly hurt us. I still think it's correct though to sack everything with Eily. Not 100% sure, but I think that allows me to combat this board the best. Because I need to make inroads before what's his name destroys me. Alright. So this is going to be a Foul Tongue Shriek. So I'm going to take 3, 5, 7, 8. Might just be too much for me to even survive. So let's say block, 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 block. Let's say block like what? Let's reset Eily. Put Eily here and here. Take 1. This would kill Eily though. So I'm going to sack everything anyways. Let's just do it like this. So this would leave all my guys alive. I'll lose the Cutthroat. So we just killed all of his stuff. And we still have the ability to gain a lot of life with Eily. So I think he was thinking we were going to sack in response. Now I don't think we can die. So I had to let my Cutthroat die, which is unfortunate. And then end of turn I'm going to sack both of the Reflector Mages. What is this now? My Spring Druid, so let's... We don't deal as much this way. Do I want to put the other one in the yard? Yeah. Because I'm going to be able to kill pretty quickly here. By just putting them all in my yard, I think. Okay, so another Reflector Mage. So now, this is kind of interesting. So Eiley allows you to get just a massive graveyard. This is pretty interesting. I'm not going to kill the Haruspex. So I think what we want to do... Honestly, I can just win with a Jace minus? But there's no way that's correct, is there? So if I play Cutthroat and Rally for... Oh, I don't even have a Husk. That's my main issue here, is I don't have a Husk. Eiley's not quite good enough. It's going to take me a full turn cycle to have her on upkeep to deal enough. So I need to get a Cutthroat in play. Let's get a Sifter in play as well. And then I guess we'll just plus this. And I think that's fine. I'm going to attack with these two now. So I think we've turned it around. We dodged a Shaman of the Pack for a very long time, which was certainly helpful. Yeah, we still really need a Husk. I mean, we could still lose. I don't really see it, though. Is this a rally? Is this his own rally? Wow, that's crazy. Okay. So he's going to get a ton of stuff here. Wow, crazy. That's why he's running the holdout settlements. Alright, so I'm almost certainly dead next turn. Although multiple Reflector Mages in the... Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, so he has a Shaman of the Pack now. That's pretty funny. Okay. This is a little bit unfortunate because I don't actually have... The normal list would have Anafenza, which would completely shut this deck down. At least that aspect of it. Yeah, if we had a Husk, I think this game would be over. I'm pretty sure it would be. I'm still going to be able to gain a lot of life with Eiley. This Scion might be important for blocking next turn if it comes down to that. Collected company. So we got up to 12. So we still, I think if we'd drawn a husk there, we would have just won. So now we have access to 4. We have access to 4 mana. And then if we hit a Nantuko Husk, we can rally for 3. I think that's our best chance of winning. With him tapped out, that would bring back another Cutthroat, Sidisi's Faithful, Reflector Mage, Catacomb Sifter. Yeah, it would certainly be lethal. So what I need to do is fetch twice. So let's fetch with this. Let's get a Pista. So I think that if I'm gonna win, does Sunken Hollow work? Yeah, I have enough lands in play. Yeah, so if I go black, black. So we got, yeah, so we got it. Why is this so small? So we got Nantuko Husk, Cutthroat. And then we sack the Scion. So I need to always yield to these. Then I'm going to sack Hylie. Same thing. And then we cast this for 3. And he's dead. So we'll bounce token. 1. I'm not sure how this will be going onto the stack, but so we'll have it sack itself. Our opponent isn't just concede. I think this most correctly. I'm certainly not stacking correctly. Lose one of those. Alright, always yield, always yield, always yield, always yield, always yield. Stack abilities automatically. Bottom. And then we're just going to sack Jace. Okay, always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Always yield. Alright, let's sack Catacomb Sifter. So we won. I think our hand was very bad. I think we kind of figured the deck out a little bit. I feel more confident with it. Our opponent we dodged draws from our opponent for a long time. Shown where the pack had us just dead on board forever. So clear cards to come in is Minister of Pain. Sidisi's Faithful bought us a ton of time in that matchup. I'm just gonna cut a Jace. I don't really know how to sideboard in this matchup. Minister of Pain would be great. If I had the Anafenza and the Cletus, which I think is what this deck calls for in the sideboard, I would probably be bringing those in as well to shut down the Collected Company. But again, from his side, I don't know that I'm super worried about the rally. It's much harder for him to cast. He can't cast it off Beastcaller Savant. It means that he has to run things like Lifespring Druid. God, this hand's terrible. I don't know if this deck normally just has terrible hands. Like, if this was 2 Collected Companies, the hand would be great. This is our second mulligan. Can I possibly? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's top that. Just spies. So he's going to take an Nantuko Husk, which isn't really a big deal. I feel like, yeah, maybe. I don't think that even really hurts my hand, though. If I'm able to cast Catacomb Sifters and Reflector Mages, I'm not too worried. If I do enough land, I should be in alright shape. So yeah, he took Nantuko Husk. Oh, I should have played the Sunken Hall. I'm trying to play fast, though. Again, this deck is really slow to play on Magic Online. But if I draw a fetch, I guess this is better. Despise. So this, I'm so happy with this, actually. He's probably running Anafenza out of the sideboard since he has this Sandstep Citadel. The problem is, if that's your sideboard plan, and you double Despise to open, you just put 2 cards in my graveyard to start the game. And then with my bounce spells, Anafenza won't do much. So I would assume he brought those in, but we'll actually see. My hand's the exact same. Minus a land. I would assume that he takes Reflector Mage. Taking 1 Catacomb Sifter doesn't seem good. Although it does. So 1 Catacomb Sifter. What are you opting for? So I screwed myself with how I played my lands, but again, I'm trying to play pretty fast, so that I have time for a game 3. Again, I don't really care if I lose these, so long as the game's good and I sort of, just get a feeling for what's in the meta, see some new decks, try out some new decks. I'm perfectly fine with that. This deck seems way different. So I'm just going to fetch for white here. Allows me to cast everything in my hand. And then I will play Catacomb Sifter before combat, so if something weird happens, I at least get to scry. The way my hand is set up, if I can actually find, another Zulaport Cutthroat and a land over the course of the next couple turns, I'm going to be in really good shape. Yeah, see, his deck, I think, is different than mine in the fact that it doesn't be reactive. Like, my deck, I think, wants to stall up and it has a kill off of rally. His deck is trying to do a couple different things. So let's loot away that Jace. And then let's just go ahead and mage this in. Again, just trying to play as fast as I can. This is probably just going to go get black, I guess? Might not even need rally to win this game. So I'm going to want to flip Jace next turn. hopefully find a land. What's this? Visionary. So Follow Tongue Shriek is a way that he can gain life to find his way back into this game. Same thing with Shaman of the Pack. I mean, he can gain life pretty quickly, it seems like. He's pretty flooded right now. Okay, so it's Evolving Wilds. Again, I think I just find black. I don't think I need the additional land, so let's pitch a Sunken Hollow. There. Okay, so he's just dead to rally, because I just fetched for Canopy Vista. I get Nantuko Husk back, I sack 4 things, and it's game over. Dwayne's Elite. So like now if he taps for Shaman of the Pack, yeah, Shaman of the Pack here. Alright, so I'm gonna fetch and do it on the end of his turn. If I knew I was gonna do this, I probably should have discarded my Haruspecs. So stack abilities automatically. Always yield. Ooh, top. Always yield. Top. Always yield. Always yield. Sack another one. Top. Top. Yeah, that's game. So we ended up winning. His deck didn't seem very good. That's kind of one of the problems with it. We certainly weren't playing the deck optimally, but those were both on mulls to 6, and I felt like we played reasonably well. I'll see you guys in the next round, so I can continue to struggle to figure out exactly how to play this deck. Thanks for watching.